Okay, we're back now for the second part of our playoff preview, this time looking at the Western Conference. In the bracket we're going to start off with is Houston versus Dallas. So we've got the Texas Showdown. I personally, I'll take a controversial view of this. I think this will be a pretty close series. I think Dallas poses some matchup nightmares that will really be some trouble for Houston because they don't have the personnel necessarily to match up individually with some of the players that are on the Dallas roster. And we'll start off with Matthew because we started off with Gav at the last one.
Thankfully we're on to the conference everyone cares about now. Houston Dallas. I'm not going to say it's going to be very interesting, but I think it's going to be more interesting than people expect.
I think Dallas, since if anyone's following the articles I've been writing, Dallas were a dark horse pick for me at the start of the season, and that was before they got Rajon Rondo.
And got worse dramatically on offense.
No, but Hand have got better. Hand have improved.
I'll say this. Rondo in the playoffs interests me a whole lot more than Rondo in the regular season.
Yeah,
that's why I think this is going to be a little bit closer. I still think Houston are going to take it. I think we've got the MVP possibly. Where did you guys land on this? Actually, I missed this.
I was touting Harden for MVP. 2v1.
We'll go for one of the top two candidates for MVP.
Yeah,
and on the Houston Rockets.
If he doesn't get it, he'll miss it by a ball here. So
he missed by a couple votes. So I think there's too much going on. I think it will be an interesting series. I think it'll be an okay series in terms of the coaching sense. Rick Carlisle, very good
Kevin
coach.
McHale.
He's going to make some good adjustments. Kevin McHale, he's not the best.
For me, I take a big part of this is the championship pedigree that Dallas have. They took Spurs really far last season when they snuck in at 8th seed and took Spurs all the way to 7 games.
Yeah.
And they're better this season.
Can I just nip in with something straight away? Right, you're saying Kevin McHale not a good coach,
not a great coach.
Not a great coach, right? But you're saying that Carlisle is a great coach. So I'll be completely honest, right? If I could see that over, please, Ryan, thanks. Thanks for Russ on that front.
Okay, so I'll go back to
it. Just what I'm going to say to you, right? Okay, so you've got your starting five, which is going to be Pablo Prigioni, James Harden, Trevor Ariza,
possibly Jason Terry instead of Pablo.
Alright, okay.
I've seen them go that way.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Jason Terry, Pablo Prigioni, James Harden, Trevor Ariza, Terence Ross because Monty Eunice is injured, and Dwight Howard.
Matchup nightmares all over the place though for
them. Your starting five for Dallas is going to be Rondo, Ellis, Parsons, Dirk, Chandler.
That's tough to match up against individually when it comes.
They're going to be actually shafted by the matchups. No, I'm not saying that just for the sake of it.
Very
Rondo,
technical term there. Very technical term.
Well, would you want me to say? Look, Rondo, right? Okay, he's not going to shoot from outside. So who are you going to put on him? Let's leave that now. Ellis, who's going to guard the Ellis?
Who's going to guard him? Are they going to put their defensive stopper on him? Are they going to have Trevor Ariza on Ellis?
I think that's an interesting one.
Right, okay.
I think the problem is I think the proof is Dwight Howard does cover up a lot of issues defensively. I know he's not as good as he has been.
He's another.
Right. Is he going to guard Dirk?
No, I think Terence Ross can guard Dirk.
Oh, behave yourself.
I think
honestly, time out. I know we're allowed
did I say Terence Ross?
Terence Jones. Just the other time out right here, right? You're talking about potentially the greatest overseas player ever to play in the NBA. The best shooting big man in NBA history.
Who is what age now?
But it doesn't matter. He was about 74 when they beat the Heat.
And he's 75 now.
No, but that's
76, 2 years.
Sorry. I was too busy making the joke.
You're talking a guy who's what? So he's 36, is he? 36, 37?
He's old.
He's old, right? Are you kidding me on though still? He shoots a rainbow shot.
Yeah. I think it's a tough cover for Terence Jones. It's a tough cover for anyone though, because if they put Dwight on him, they're pulling Dwight right out to the 3-point line.
Which is what they're going to do, because Kevin McHale in the first 2 games, Kevin McHale doesn't have the coaching aptitude to think, but Dwight might be better inside. He's going to think, I'm going to put my best defender on Dirk.
If they don't put...
Oh God, if that happens, that's going to be...
That's why the first 2 games are going to go.
Don't tell me that. I got to jump in here. I just think that Dallas's not just titanic sinking of the last 20 or so games as they've fallen down the pecking order in the West has shown that something isn't right there. Something's going to go wrong.
Well, there's a bit of a conflict between Rondo
There
and
was.
and
No,
McCallum.
there was.
I bet
There
no,
was.
Not was.
He's
It's still
gone.
there. It's
Rondo,
still there.
Rondo is gone at the end of the season.
He's
There's
gone
no
at the end of the
question.
season, but at the same time, it's come out. Rondo himself has come out and they said, "How you feeling at the club?" He says, "Look, me and Rick have." It was on Bleacher Report on Monday. Monday I was in work and I was reading it. Rondo's come out and said him and Rick Carlisle has accepted his apology. Now Rondo wants to run the team the way he wants to run it. We know that. That was the reason for the initial issues with him and Doc Rivers in Boston.
Yeah.
This is the thing. If Rondo buys into Rick Carlisle, right, and Rick Carlisle says at some point, like, Rondo, driving kick. Just driving kick. Just do that.
He's not much else he can do because he can't shoot the ball.
No, but it's
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
No, but it's not. No, but it's not that because Rondo sees passes where people don't see passes. Like Rondo is a pure point. There's no pure point in the NBA at the moment other than Rondo. No,
Yeah.
he's not a pure point.
And Chris
Uh,
Paul.
No,
I
Chris
yeah,
Paul is
I
pure
think,
point.
yeah.
He's not
Chris
a pure
Paul's
point.
Doesn't matter. It's totally relevant.
That's totally. He's the best pure point since Isaiah Thomas.
Whether he's here,
Isaiah Thomas wasn't a fucking pure point. What
Right, who cares?
nonsense are you
it's,
talking?
it doesn't matter.
The
The point here is, it doesn't matter if Rondo's going to be there next season or
No,
beyond. It
because
doesn't matter,
Monty-
because
he's
they
there
still have
now,
to play.
right?
They still have to play this series.
It-
Who got like
Who
first
guards
of all,
Monty Ellis?
There's a
Trevor
problem.
Ariza.
There's a problem
James
with
Harden is an improved defence. I can't say
Oh,
that
but
straight. I can't say it. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I tried to say it with a straight face. I couldn't get it out.
it's,
But
this is a really interesting
No,
series.
who,
I
wait,
think.
so who,
I think-
who guards Monty?
I think James Harden guards Monty because I don't think Kevin McHale makes any adjustments.
I think they'll put him on him initially, but
I
I
don't-
think they'll have to make the
And
adjustment.
that adjustment needs to be made because Monty's going to destroy James Harden, and Monty's an above adequate defender. That's
good,
the
yeah.
difference. He's undersized, but he's got quick hands, and that's the problem James Harden's going to feel. I think you might see a lot of steals from Monty Ellis. Either stripping James Harden or stripping passes into James Harden.
I think
I
we're
just-
going to see
I
a
just-
lot of cross matchups. Actually, I think you're going to see Rondo taking Harden. There's going to be cross matchups all over
Aye.
the place here because it's just this is a really interesting series to watch what the coaches do because the coaching will come into this big time.
Yeah.
Who's going to? So say the James Harden Monty Ellis experiment doesn't work,
Which it won't.
which exactly, which you won't.
It's probably going to have to be Ariza in that case.
So who's going to take
Chandler
Chandler
Parsons.
Parsons?
I think Chandler Parsons is not going to be that much of a factor in the season.
Oh, behave
no.
yourself.
Right.
The guy
Yeah.
scores
It's-
18 points a game.
He's gonna be wanting out for blood because
16
it's
points.
his,
He's going
it's
against
his
his
old
old
club.
team as
I know,
So he's
but
going-
he's had a bad season.
He's had a bad season and he's scored 16 and a half points a game.
They're
My-
all had a
my
bad
issue-
season.
My issue comes down to this: when you
My
look at
God.
Dallas, you've got a team that has very like you're saying that Ron's off his apologies. I still think they have zero chemistry. That when your point guard and your coach don't get along, that's an issue.
Are they not
Whereas
coming
Houston-
are they not coming in the off season winning 5 out of the last 7?
No, because they got beat against the Jazz.
5 out of the last 7.
Okay, that's regardless. Regardless, I think they're going to have to take a couple of games off Houston, but I always feel like if your point guard and your coach don't get along, and then you've got the MVP candidates on the other side, who dragged them into second place without Dwight Howard, without their second best player, without a former defensive player of the year, former rebounding champion. I think you look at that. Monteunus is a loss. I think if Monteunus was in the game, I think he'd be the one guarding Dirk. I think he'd cause some matchup nightmares again going the other way. I don't like Stoudemire. Sorry,
Stoudemire is going to is dark
He's
horse
going
in
to
that kind
influence
of.
it because
yeah.
Stoudemire's got that whole. He can still play pick and roll.
I mean,
That's all he knows how to do, right?
Him and Ray Felton have got some chemistry in that.
Him and
department.
Felton in the second unit. That's going to be terrifying. I mean, for who? Right. Let me just mark off who's injured. Osco's away.
Monteunus is out.
Monteunus is
Corey
out.
Brewer's there as a defender.
Patricio Garcia's away as
They
well,
can-
isn't he?
That's the point. Corey
Garcia's
Brewer.
away.
Corey, sorry, I forgot about Corey. He's not leading the league in fast break points or something as well, or fast break
Not
points
just-
per game.
Not just.
Aye, it's alright. So, but it's the playoffs where everything slows down. Houston are a fast-paced team.
They'll need to bring Corey Brewer into the lineup if they want to try and stop Parsons and Monte at the same time.
Which is beautiful because it means that Corey Brewer's.
But then they have to go small.
Aye, so they go small.
When the advantage.
But that's the way Houston's been playing for a lot of the season, small, because Dwight's been injured. So I don't see that being as a problem.
See, it's a problem when if you're playing small and you're playing against someone like Dirk Nowitzki.
My bottom line is, I think,
and you've got Josh Smith, right? If you're talking Terence Jones or Josh Smith at the start, both of them are undersized for the power forward. Both of them are 6'8".
I give Josh Smith a better shot than Terence Jones.
Yep.
But at the same time, I don't give any of them any chance in offence. Like even Dirk can defend them because every single thing they do is so predictable. Like it's so predictable. Josh Smith.
When it
Josh Smith doesn't have the hops he used to have. Like Josh Smith used to have like incredible hops.
They'll just let him shoot threes.
Aye, just wire in. Dirk will just go.
What's he been shooting since he went to Houston? Actually,
he's not been shooting.
Yeah,
teams have been standing off him, wanting that shot, and he's been passing up the ball.
Learned, exactly. That's my point.
But he's not learned. He's
not learned. He's not learned.
He gets to the playoffs and he's just going to go. No, I can't. And then he's going to go shoot.
My issue is when it comes down to a close game, who's the best player on the floor? James Harden.
It's not going to come to a close game. It's not going to, because you've got 5 guys in that team.
If it comes to a close game, which team has the championship pedigree? Which team has been there and done it all before? Which team was less able last season and took the Spurs to 7 in the championship? Yeah, I don't think it's as simple as
Dallas are a post-season. Dallas with Nowitzki are a post-season team.
Yeah. We've not talked about JJ as well. He's still kicking
JJ Barea.
He's still kicking
JJ, you've got JJ Barea. You've got the guard lineup for Dallas is silly. Like, I mean,
they do have a glut of guards actually.
As it stands,
they'll throw all of them at Houston, and Houston have Pablo Prigioni and Jason Terry and.
Okay, you've now talked about 7 games rather than 4-2. But I still think Houston.
No,
congratulations.
I'm going to throw in my 2 pence here, and I still go with Houston. Houston with Harden. Harden's going to have a big series. And I think they're going to take
it. Has to. He's going to score
50 points. That's the thing, right? See, in order for Houston to get anywhere near the finals, Harden's going to need to average like
50.
Let's back up there. I don't think Houston are getting anywhere near the finals. But
yeah. Houston not getting any in the finals, but they're going to get through the first round.
No, but I'm saying, like, in order for Houston even to get through this, right? Dwight Howard's got to do fuck all against Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler's already proved that he shuts down every single centre in the NBA. He shuts him down because he just sits on him.
We'll take DeMarcus Cousins out of the reckoning now. I don't think he shuts him down.
No, but DeMarcus Cousins. But DeMarcus Cousins is a different player. DeMarcus Cousins plays like DeMarcus Cousins a face-up centre. Marc Gasol as well. Marc Gasol as well.
And the way that Sterling managed to play when he was in Phoenix. For me, my prediction for this is Dallas in 7, and I'm saying that because I'm sticking with my dark horse prediction for the start of the season, because they've only gotten better since I made that decision, and I'll take them over Houston. Controversial, I know.
I'm going to go for Dallas in 6.
I think you've managed to talk me into Houston in 7. I think you talked me into an extra game, but I still think, possible MVPs on the team. When it comes down to the nitty gritty, best player wins the game.
That's true.
So I've got Houston. Houston are going to take this, I think. Reading a little bit of Bleach Report before this as well. They apparently think
a big cheat.
They apparently think that Houston are going to walk this. This is not going to be a cakewalk for any of these teams.
Dallas is going to take at least, at the very least, absolutely 2 games.
Clean sweep. A sweep. Breach the report. Sweep.
No chance. No chance. No chance.
Do you ever notice that no one ever quotes Bleach? Like no one ever quotes like Bleach Report quote Zach Lowe, quote Adrian Wozniacki. Who's he?
Adam was it?
No,
for
Adrian Wozniacki, but I can't remember who he works for. ESPN.
I've got him on Twitter. I can't remember who he is though.
But he's like this is the issue we've got. Like Bleacher Report is just like it's just opinion. But it's opinion, but with no real basis when that comes to this.
This will be another podcast.
It's just something
fucking
idiot. Anyway,
let's move next.
Right, so what we're doing is we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the LA Clippers versus the San Antonio Spurs. That was the game we're going to spend a lot of time.
Sorry, mate, man.
That's
Go Spurs, go!
You missed it when we set out the rules. We're not ripping off Jalen Jacoby.
Right, after this, Matthew, as a result of his actions,
Has to pay a
must
forfeit.
trousers down and a hot crumpet to the bottom.
This is a real shame for the Clippers. I think.
Let's all just weep and take a moment.
Can we
for
have
the
a wee
Clippers.
moment of silence, just 5 seconds or so?
That's long enough.
Yeah.
That's a real shame because this is maybe the best basketball that Clippers have played since they managed to pull together, Chris Paul and Blake Griffin
and
DeAndre Jordan
and Jordan.
And it's I think it's going to be the closest Chris Paul gets to a championship.
What, first round?
This team,
second round.
This team's his best shot.
This team has been his best shot at championship, but he's just
No,
not going to get there.
unless look, if we'll do some later on in the year about trading and that, I'm sure.
We'll do a bit of clips
Please
next
tell me
year.
it's not Blake Griffin for Kevin Love.
Trade. See if you get, I'm sorry, look, the Spurs are just a match-up nightmare because they've got wing players. Look, anyone with wing players is a fucking match-up nightmare
for the Clippers.
It's a league full of average wing players, and Kawhi is a step above anything the Clippers have. In fact, no, forget a step. A country mile.
Yeah, they can't.
4 country miles.
Kawhi's one of the best small forwards in the league.
It's watching him recently.
You look at even Golden State though. You look at Golden State. They've got Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala.
Clay could maybe go.
No, but if Clay's playing it too.
Space.
Well, saying that.
Space.
He could
No,
play
I'm talking
three.
about 3.
He could play 3 in some lineups.
Clay plays 3. Aye, Clay plays 3. Aye, so Clay, like, Ellie can't deal with anything that's to do with wing. Like that's the problem. They can't.
It's a real shame as well because they have been playing their best basketball since they brought that team together, and it's just really. I mean, they were all jockeying and out of position. Nobody wants to play the Spurs. Nobody wanted the Spurs in the first round, and they've managed to get them somehow. And for any team that wants to get to the finals, you need to go through San Antonio, and they just have to do it first. I think they're going to get knocked out.
I think it's got to be 4-1.
I'll say 4-2.
I gave it 4-2. 4-2 Spurs.
But here's the names I'm going to read out: Manu Ginobili, Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard, Marco Bellinelli.
What's the answer on the Clippers side for those names?
Matt Barnes.
Is there another name on that list?
No, there's not. That's the issue. Like
Pat
you
Mills.
Did they not give up?
What's the answer to Pat Mills? Because Chris Paul's not on the floor, Pat Mills on the floor usually.
What, Austin Rivers?
No, look here. That's
Doc Rivers is
even the
suiting
issue.
up.
That's not even the issue.
That is one of the other things that they don't
bench
have.
play.
No, but
I think
Pat
bench
Mills can
play.
play, but like, you've got guys like playing with the Clippers. You've got Nate Robinson is going to just pressurise Patty Mills. Like that's the thing. Patty Mills won't be thinking about it. He'll be thinking about passing off and going back and defending. That's what he's going to be thinking about.
I think that's the main point. When the Spurs go to the
why-
bench, they still play the system. They still play fast. They still move the ball. The Spurs bench, they have a bench. I think that's the best thing we can say about them. Jamal Crawford, we know he's been 6th man of the year. He's not quite played up to that standard.
Jamal's known himself this year. I think the biggest overachiever on that Clippers side is definitely JJ Redick. I think he
started off badly and he's came.
I think he's been brilliant this season. I think Spencer Hawes deserves to be shot. I think Hideo Turkoglu is really old.
A potential wing defender.
I like how Gav's
I'd love to play against Hideo Turkoglu.
I could take him.
I'd love to play football with my hands. Actually, with the football, just doing that.
Yeah. I love how Gavin's went from being the doctor of the NBA in the East to being the assassinator in the West, just killing people off left, right, centre.
I believe you mean assassin.
Assassin. My brain didn't do that. It's late.
My thing for this particular matchup, and this goes for the Spurs all the way through the playoffs. Actually, Tony Parker's is declined this season from what he was playing last season. The thing is for the Spurs, they can afford that.
Hasn't as well though.
They can afford that. They can afford Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili and Marco Bellinelli all to be off kilter in this series. and still manage to get, and they'll get through it against the Clippers because they're a team. They play a system. They play team basketball. They play Popovich basketball. If that same thing happened to the Clippers and Chris Paul wasn't himself for this series, they would have no hope at all.
Or Blake Griffin.
Or if Blake Griffin did, if one of their players...
Or if DeAndre.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
DeAndre's in the game minutes.
Can I fire a wee prediction in here? At some point during the playoffs, Matt Bonner's going to come off the bench and he's going to hit a couple of massive threes.
What, like he does every year?
Yeah. I don't think that's a prediction. It's not a prediction so much as that, yeah, that's just what happens
Can I also say that I'm going to make a prediction that Aaron Baines will foul out in over 5 games.
This is slowly descending to Gavin being the oracle. The oracle that also predicts that in Scotland this summer we will have rain. We will have rain.
I'm gonna go a bit further.
Aaron Baines is good at fouls, but I think they're going to put him in against DeAndre Jordan
in the third quarter
and Blake Griffin.
They're going to do Haka, DeAndre in the third quarter of the
Baines
game.
It's going to
It'll
be
the third towards the end of the third quarter, like they do when they have to play against any bad free throw shooter.
And then suddenly we have a 20-point lead going in the fourth. Can't beat us.
The game last 3 years.
The last time the Spurs and the Clippers played, the Clippers won. But they did try to employ the Haka Jordan. They employed it really early.
I think it was the second quarter, was it not? They've employed it in the second quarter before, which is just, that is mental. But until
outrage, like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith were having an absolutely. They were basically orgasming with rage.
Do you know how to stop it? Meet a free throws.
Just learn how to shoot a free throw.
I'll be honest.
Don't be Shaquille O'Neal and make some free throws.
But I can go up to a free throw line and I can hit 50% of my free throws. How can you not do that?
They're professionals as well. They're getting paid.
You get paid to do that. Like, I mean, it's not even difficult. Like, I started playing basketball when I was 21, 22 when I started playing basketball, and magically I'm able to make more than half my free throws.
Yeah.
Because I took one night in my week and I practiced shooting free throws. Done.
Yeah.
So we're moving on anyway.
Let's wrap up with the what's the predictions?
I'm going to say Spurs 4-2.
I got 4-2. 4-2 as well.
Yeah, 4-2 is fair.
It's a shame though, because I would really like to see them get a little bit further.
4-1 from Gav. I think that's the only person 4-1.
Yeah. So we're now moving on to the sweep.
Portland, Memphis. This is a shame as well.
Yeah,
sweep.
This could have been so much more interesting.
Just to fill everyone in on this, the players that Portland could potentially miss out on in this series. It may not be all of them. They may have been naturally saving some of them for this, for the playoffs. But they may potentially miss out on LaMarcus Aldridge, Nicholas Batum. They'll definitely miss out on Aaron Affollo and Wesley Matthews, and they may also miss out on CJ McCollum as well. Which that's just a decimated roster.
So that's what.
Would you like me to give you the start?
Is that 4 of the top 8? Is that 4 of the top 8?
It's 4 of the starters.
Yeah.
Would you like a potential starting lineup for the Portland Trail?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Damian Lillard.
Okay. Good.
Alan Crabb.
Okay. Yeah, we're going downhill a bit here.
Alonzo G.
Maybe serviceable on some teams.
Take a pick out of Joe Freeland and Myers Leonard.
I'd rather not, please.
And Robin Lopez, who's a very good defensive player.
Yeah, very good post defender.
By the way, I'll be honest, Robin Lopez is a very good post defender.
Yes,
he's also now became the second best player on the whole team.
Can also say Robin Lopez is a very, very good post defender when they're playing against two guys who are very, very good post offensive players, guys who Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, Robin Lopez is going to be sitting. Who's going to be that tonight?
But guys, Memphis might be without Mike Conley potentially.
Oh, but it's alright. We just throw the ball at one of them. Whatever one who's not on Robin Lopez is going to score 40 points. Like, you've also got Jeff Green, who's going to be getting defended by fucking. Alonzo
G.
Crab.
Alonso G is going to be defending. Alonso G is actually a decent player.
He had a very nice coast to coast dunk the other night.
Oh, but that's all he does.
Yeah.
He's an offensive player, but I'd love to see Alonso G playing up against Jeff Green or Vince Carter for that matter. I think the thing about Vince Carter is, I was concerned about Vince Carter a couple of years ago when he went to the Magic and he was really, really bad, and he thought he was still a star. Then he's managed to find a way where
I like him in this
I can be a phenomenal role player.
He had that kind of epiphany, and that's
but that shows you he's intelligent. He's managed to get over the ego. But look at this Memphis roster: Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Jeff Green,
Tony Allen,
Courtney Lee, Tony Allen, Vince Carter, Costa Kufis. By the way, really good rebound.
Very good.
Beno Udrih has actually been playing really well.
Beno Udrih has been playing well. I still hate him because he put my team out in the playoffs with a lucky runner and my player in 2010.
Still holding a very big grudge there.
Nick Calathis. Those are the guys that play. They're also playing Jamal Franklin sometimes. But
I can't see past the Grizzlies. They're going to. It's a 4-0 sweep.
This is going to be 5-0. This is This is gonna be that's not gonna be good. Which is really disappointing because don't you see Portland at full strength is a phenomenal team.
They're good to watch as well.
No, they're not.
No, that's right. The starting five are phenomenal. The starting five are phenomenal.
Portland at full strength would still lose this matchup, right?
It would be a 4-2.
It'd be a 4-2.
It'd be a 4-2. But this is now became a 4-0.
Well, actually, do you know what?
It's depressing because I thought
it would
this
maybe
could be
go
a
7
good
games.
series.
This would be a really good series. I think this would go 7 games. But see, because Arne Flalo and Wesley Matthews are definite misses.
And Wesley Matthews is a defensive guy.
Flalo's a good defensive player as well, though.
Well, he's their 6-man scorer.
Aye.
Really, that's
and a defensive. But if you lose Matthews, Flalo's a defensive guy. Like. All you would do is just load the
is
post.
A key piece as well. Like you can scrape by.
No, I think Batum will come back. He's fairly resilient. He'll come back. LA will come back.
I think he's the least injured of them as well. Actually,
I think LA will come back. It doesn't matter to see Jimmy Collins comes back because here's the thing: they're going to play. See, if Mike Conley's not available, they're going to play Beno Udrih. They're going to play Courtney Lee, who's just going to sit in the corner all day and just go 3-pointers.
Okay. Sorry, Memphis are going to win. And it's just sad. We can skip.
Yeah. No, this is
Don't want to harp on this too much because it's quite sad.
That's even worse.
It's not even worse. It's not.
This
is what Anthony Davis gets for being the kind of shining light in New Orleans for taking them into the playoffs,
for being the shining light in the hope of the NBA's future.
I think Golden State did well dropping a game to New Orleans in order to achieve this matchup because, like I mentioned before, I think Oklahoma City getting that 8
playing Russell Westbrook.
You just don't want it. You just don't find
no chance.
A good player can win a playoff series, and Golden State, as good as they've been all season, are yet to prove themselves in the postseason. I'd have that in the back of my mind if Russell Westbrook got in there, all the triple doubles he's had, the scoring title and all that kind of thing. You'd be going, okay. We really need to learn to watch this. We can't just be complacent here. They can be complacent against New Orleans. They can drop a game and they'll pick it back up again later. With OKC, if you drop a game, they'll make you pay for it. Like,
especially in early.
Who would you say the most tenacious defender in the league is?
Tenacious defender in the league,
in terms of energy.
I don't know about defense. I can tell you who the most tenacious offensive player on the planet is right now. It's Russell Westbrook.
I would say he's probably the most tenacious defender as well.
I think he's up there. He's up there.
He's a competitor. He's going to go at you.
Steph Curry's sitting thinking, right, I've got Jrue Holiday sound.
It's Tyreek, isn't it? Tyreek's starting at point just now. So not.
What?
Tyreek is just playing shooting guard or small forward.
Tyreek's playing shooting guard.
He's got the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
Well, Drew's in. Drew's just come back.
Drew's. I think they've been playing Tyreek at point guard just now.
Ash Smith's been playing at point guard. Yeah. Ash Smith's been playing at point guard, but Tyreek's been playing with the ball in his hands.
They've been having
some problems
back him up.
Okay.
But if I'm Steph Curry, I'm looking at the guys and I'm like, who's going to cause me a problem? And I think, shit, fuck.
Maybe the leading scorer in the league. Maybe the guy who's the most treble doubles. Or maybe I'll take Norris Cole.
Do you know what we'll do? Steve.
Yeah, Steve Kerr dropped a game against them to get them in the playoffs.
Do you fancy losing this game and
to be fair, I think it was Steve's idea.
Oh yeah, I think that's Steve's idea.
I know, but I'm having it in my wee fantasy that Steph's terrified.
The most
of
dangerous thing in this series for the Golden State Warriors is the potential that Omer Asik might injure Andrew Bogut.
He might just be randomly walking up the sidelines and trip him up, because I mean that's what Omar Kassim is basically famous for.
The only thing that's going to come out in New Orleans is Anthony Davis is going to put up silly numbers.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think there's a very slim chance that Anthony Davis throws up a stupid 40-20-10 game and wins one game, but that's...
I think he'll take a game.
He could throw it up and stuff. Remember Kevin Love threw up that stupid game against Oklahoma
in the playoffs
where he shot.
Oh no! sorry.
Where he shot, it was at 50-25 and 7 assists or something.
But here's the difference when
Anthony Westbrook and Kevin Durant also both scored like 48, 46 or whatever.
Here's the difference though, when Anthony Davis throws up stupid numbers, he also plays defence.
Yeah.
Kevin Love throws up stupid numbers and plays
no defense.
Negatives defence. I'm not saying Anthony Davis windmill game. I think it's going to be a sweep. I really hope there is a game where Anthony Davis, his coming out party.
Matthew, by Ryan's estimate, it didn't matter if he played defence because Peck was there.
Yes, that force known as Nikola Pekovic.
Yeah, but
it's a sweep.
I think the Pelicans will get a game here, and it'll be just like you say, a coming out party, just a slight coming together of all these players. They don't have any championship pedigree. That's the problem. I'm not going to say that the Golden State Warriors have a great deal of championship pedigree, but they've got Steve Kerr coaching them. They've
got one of the historic regular season teams. They've got a good coach in Steve Kerr. They've got again one of the two top MVP candidates. And
the only hope for the Pelicans is that the Golden State Warriors, as they have done in playoff series past, is that they shoot themselves out of the game. I don't think they're dumb enough to do that again, and they may do it for one game, which I think there's a potential for the Pelicans.
I don't think they will, but I think the only hope for the New Orleans Pelicans is that there's a sniper in the building who shoots Eric Gordon and takes him out of that horrendous contract. Because genuinely, like, they don't have a chance. Like, matchup wise, Drew Holiday.
Let's be honest. Drew
Holiday, if he's fit against waits until after the playoffs, because Eric Gordon might be the only chance they've got of getting points.
Eric Gordon versus. I mean, no, but he's playing Klay Thompson. He's not going to score anything.
They wouldn't play him straight up. He'll be playing against them.
We know there's issues with the roster.
Tyreek against fucking Harrison Barnes or Andre Iguodala. Anthony Davis against Draymond Green and Andrew Bogut, and leave Omer Asik. Just see what he does. I don't think he'll do anything.
He's not going to do anything.
Well, he can't do anything. But he's a defensive anchor. That's what he is.
Sure
he's just he's not in there. Yeah, he's not in the building for
the
that.
thing that would concern me, being Steve Kerr, is that he will bump the shit out of Andrew Bogut, and I don't want Andrew Bogut to take too much contact.
After 2 games, I fire him face Zealy.
Well, does he say that? Oh, Andrew Bogut's suddenly injured. Spates is now playing.
Yeah, I play Spates.
Would that cause many problems? I don't
say that he's injured.
I don't know. I think the thing is, see the chemistry that Steve Kerr's developed in that team. I don't think in. No. David Lee. Yeah, probably a bad defender, but
against Omar Asik, is that going to make a difference defensively?
No.
Against Omar Asik,
he could get rebounds and putbacks against.
I suppose.
David Lee's a very good rebounder.
He's a very good rebounder.
David Lee's a very.
He's very savvy when he's on the floor. That's the thing where a lot of people disregard him, but he's got that contract for a reason. He has. He's not just came into that.
When David Lee was in New York, David Lee was averaging 20 and 10.
He was an all-star.
Yeah. He was an all-star averaging 20 and 10.
He's had a terrible season, and maybe he's not been completely
He's not had a terrible season. He's been injured most of the season.
Yeah. He hasn't been injured most of the season. He was injured at the start of the season and hasn't found his place in the rotation since then.
Well, he never came back until the end of December. but that's still.
I do suspect this matchup there's going to be a few things with rotation. Obviously, Steve Kerr is from the school of, among others, Greg Popovich. There are going to be funky things going on. I do expect at some point someone's going to have a slight niggle, going to miss a game for rest purposes.
I wouldn't.
Sorry, Brad Ross on the bench anyway. So
I would protect Andrew Bogut and play Spates up against.
I would not rule out Bogut playing like 15 minutes a night and then putting Spates and Dave Lee in. I think that's going to happen. I don't think they're worried about Omer Sheik and no one else. Basically.
I don't think it matters who you're playing. Like, I mean, I think the thing is when you're playing against New Orleans, I don't think it actually matters.
Like I say, I do hope that they do steal a game. Anthony Davis has his coming out party. I don't think they will, but I think Anthony Davis
came out of the series completely healthy as well as the one.
It is a good thing for.
Well, they're in the bracket with Memphis.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing for the Pelicans. Though Anthony Davis gets that playoff experience. It may be a loss,
but
4 games. He gets 4 games of play experience. You know. That's something that guys like Kevin Love, other people don't get. Kevin Love, that's one person don't have. He gets to go. He gets to drag his team, kicking and screaming into the playoffs.
Marcus Cousins doesn't have it either. There's a lot of quality players that don't have it. Yeah.
He's managed. He's been one of the few.
It'll be good. This will be good for the Pelicans. I don't see them going back in. They're not going to go back into playoffs next season.
Did Kemba get in the playoffs last year?
Yeah.
Is Al Jefferson get playoff experience by the way?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for the Jazz.
Jazz.
Yeah.
They get first round constantly. Every year.
They were sitting about 7th, 8th seed every year, and they just blew it up. Yeah.
So Matthew, what's the bearing?
It's going to be 4-0, but I hope it's 4-1.
I've got 4-1 Golden State. I think one game give Anthony Davis.
I'll go 4-1 as well, but I think realistically it'll be a sweep. I think
I'm going sweep because I'm realistic.
But I think we're all hoping for an Anthony Davis come out party.
Yeah, I want to see him play one good game, get his first playoff win.
I'll be honest, I think every single person apart from Doc who enjoys the company of LeBron James party wants Golden State to win. Like, I think they're the bet that when you watch them, they're most attractive.
I mean, I do want him to, but I want to see Anthony Davis have a I know all the way as well. But I want to see Anthony Davis have a one good game in this and to build on for the future.
I will say though, if it does get interesting, New Orleans are going to have to look at that roster because they've surrounded Anthony Davis with just not the right pieces. Drew Holiday, he's a good player, he's not the right piece. Tyreek,
can I be honest, right? They haven't surrounded them with the wrong pieces. Like when you look at it, you've got Drew Holiday, Tyreek Evans, Eric Gordon. So you've got Drew Holiday.
This is a
all-star.
Right,
so
that's a different conversation. Yeah, this is a different conversation.
No, just wait, just do what I say, right?
Just quickly. Yeah.
Just quickly. Drew Holiday, all-star. Tyreek Evans, former rookie of the year. Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday, former all-star.
I'd like to just kind of jump in there. I mean, I would like to see Golden State get to the finals. I just don't think they're going to get there. I would like to see them win it. Maybe not this year.
That's a different conversation.
Jeff Van Gundy says they'll be completely unchallenged in the West, and if they're completely unchallenged in the West, there's no damn team in the East.
Sorry, completely unchallenged in that bloodbath. Bloodbath that is the Western.
I'll be entirely honest, right?
Jeff Van Gundy said
whoever comes out the East would do well to beat New Orleans. Genuinely,
I think that's a very, very, very bold statement.
Right, okay,
very bold.
Okay, let's change it. I'll take New Orleans out because that's not fair. Whoever comes out the West
will do well to beat any of the other playoff teams.
Will do well to beat Dallas.
Whoever comes out the West,
East.
Because Dallas will cause matchup problems with everybody. It's not just Houston there.
Houston
probably have it the worst.
It comes to
seventh. Portland.
Apart from Portland, from 7th through to 1st would win the championship against
Clippers.
Yes, against the Cavs.
No,
or against Atlanta.
No,
Atlanta would maybe beat them, but oh Jesus, Ryan!
I think the Clippers are the one exception just because of that aforementioned wing issue.
Who's the wing on the Cavs that's going to cause them the nightmare?
LeBron James.
He doesn't play as a wing.
Well, he could be. He
plays as a point forward. He doesn't play that way.
Ryan, you've got those cop-tinted glasses on.
I do agree though. I think
I'm just saying that
LeBron.
I'm not even saying that the Cavs could beat the Clippers. I'm saying that Atlanta could beat the Clippers as well.
I think if
Atlanta could. No.
So you've got two teams that can beat the Clippers.
Atlanta couldn't beat the Clippers.
Yeah, they could.
I think it'll be a West title no matter what.
It's got to be a West title.
It should be a West title.
No, it's going to be.
Because that's the best conference. But I'm hoping
I
that
think the best,
if
the
the
best
Cavs,
chance any team has is the Chicago Bulls of getting an Eastern Championship.
Aye, I would agree.
And that in
I think
the
it
fullness
la-
of time that may turn out not to be that good a chance.
If this may sound ridiculous, but I think that Atlanta are a better team than Chicago. But in terms of matchups, I think that Chicago are the only team that could beat a Western Conference team.
Chicago have a ballsy attitude as well. Like when it comes to playoffs, when it comes to they
What?
just have balls. They're going to kill you. They're going to fight you.
And Tibbs has got no hassle playing you 49 minutes.
so they won't re-sign anyone from that championship team, but they will win the championship. They'll bring back 0 players from that roster, but they will win a championship.
They'll bring back all the players.
They'll be tense.
They'll bring back all the players. They just won't bring back Tibbs.
Yeah. They're all still.
That's a different conversation. That is a vastly different
all
conversation.
still be injured for next season's tip-off. So
Dave, fucking wrap up.
Right, that's the West, guys. I hope you've enjoyed listening to that. That was a bit more of a debate, a bit more interesting than the East. We'll come back in on this. Some of us will come back on this for the second round. But I hope you enjoy the first round of the playoffs, and get in touch with us and give us your predictions. We've got we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. So like, subscribe, follow, do whatever you need to do, and get your opinion back to us as well, and let us know if we're wrong. Okay, so thanks very much for listening, and I'll see you again soon.
yeah, well, guys, bye.
Bucketsblog, blog.